What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Real Laughs right here on Real Radio 104.1. I am your host tonight. I am James DEI Hire Yan. That's right, brother. Only reason I'm here is because we needed a Asian black dude. So it's good to be here with y'all tonight. We your nightcap of comedy. We're gonna give you what you need if you're on your way to work, give you some laughs. But if you're on your way home right now, we're gonna give you a couple of chuckles before you have to go into the house with the wife or husband. With your kids, because we do it for the ladies too. Ow, that's right. I'm joined. I'm joined in virtual studio with some really good friends of mine. First off, the dude who helped start all this hilarity almost 9 years ago. I'm talking about the legend, the man himself, Miguel Cologne. Don't you forget about the junior, because he knows who his daddy is. Miguel, what's going on, man?
Nothing, man. I flew in. I was in Myrtle Beach this week, and I did a show out there. And I forget.
We love Myrtle Beach, by the way.
Yeah,
You and
Myrtle
I.
Beach, good spot, man. Good spot. It's like Daytona Beach with less ambition. And but
damn,
you forget how like janky some airports are. Like I got to the airport and I got clear and everything, but I still like to get to the airport a little ahead of time. I'd rather deal with any issues at the airport and just sit at the gate than miss a flight. It's just such a hassle.
True that.
My flight was at 5:30 this morning, 5:30 a.m. And yeah. And I got to the airport of Myrtle Beach at like 4, and I was like, all right. And at 4:05, I was at my gate, and I was like, well, damn, and nothing was open, and nobody was there. And I was like, man. And then I went through they didn't even make me take my shoes off. They didn't even care. Like, They were like, yeah, I came through and there was nobody in there. And I was like, you want me to take my shoes off? And dude was like, hey, man, I ain't whatever you're into, player. I was already taking my belt off. He was like, chill, homie. We won't even know each other like that.
He told Miguel, hey, man, could you watch the little security gate? I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. Could you
he said, hey, here, man. Here, put this gun on. I said, y'all wear guns? He said, no, I found this.
And lost and found.
Yeah. It had a Chick-fil-A, too, and it opened at like 5 a.m. And I was like, all right, man. And I was flying my baby girl Spirit. I love my baby Spirit.
I saw your post, brother.
Only airline, don't go down. Don't go down, man. Because you know what? I'm going to tell you why Spirit Airlines don't go down. Because every day they got to really check that plane. Like, like Delta goes down because they're like, hey, I think this plane is good. Spirit, the pilot's like, hey, one more time, Romero. Let's just fire everything up one more time. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yo, that's funny, man.
You say they test driving the plane. Let me
hey,
one more lap.
Hey, I'm telling you what, you know why Spirit planes don't go down? It's because they let the pilot take the plane home.
That's funny, bro.
It's outside his house. Him and his
kids
is
so
like,
funny.
Daddy, what you doing? I'm gonna add some spoilers on this because Daddy's been feeling some drag.
All right, guys. Also, we got in the studio, we got the man that has 1,000 nicknames. You remember some of his favorites. The South got something to say. Cuter Than James was my personal favorite. Today, he is 8 hours in a holding cell. Y'all know the one I'm talking about. Ken Miller, the Godfather of Orlando comedy. Ken, you all right, bro? Ken?
You lose Ken's mic. Oh, the man got to him.
I'll see what happened.
I'll speak for Ken. Yo, B, I got an army jacket behind me. Sean B tripping.
Y'all know my mama, right? Ruthie Mae.
Yeah. Hey man. I was sitting there looking at everyone below with my binoculars.
Yes, the creepy bro. What kind of creepy office worker is Ken with binoculars downtown Orlando?
I used to work on Orange Avenue, and I worked for this company that supplied catering workers. And bro, I'm not Orange, excuse me, OBT. I used to have binoculars. I would just watch the world go to hell from that office. I would just sit there with my binoculars like, damn, that dude in that red truck buying some more heroin. His kids need to know. And I would watch.
Now you know he has a manager. You know Ken has a manager, and he walks by the desk. He goes, "All right, picture your wife. That's cute. Bobblehead, binoculars. Yeah, that seems normal."
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
Also, I don't even think Ken got binoculars. I think he got a like an old periscope, like a submarine. It just goes up from his cubicle. Bloom, bloom. Yeah.
Also, guys, that other voice that you are hearing is our official sponsor of Real Laughs from the law offices of Kaufman and Lynn. They are your personal injury lawyers of Orlando. They have been representing and winning for the good people of Orlando for over 20 years. Not only is he a lawyer, but he's a damn good one. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records because he can actually practice in over 18 states. Comic book creator and comedian. Y'all give it up for my friend, Mr. Jeff Kaufman in the house. Jeff, how you doing, bro?
You know what? I had like the coolest weekend possible.
You really did. I
did.
give you that. You really did, brother.
I had a plain Santa event at Coliseum Comics where I gave away like 20 boxes of cards to these to my people.
Wait. You got to slow down. Yeah. You got to explain what you gave away because there's people who, this is important to these people. These people, yes.
If you don't know what Dungeons and Dragons are, you got zero chance of knowing where I'm going.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
Yeah, they got another fantasy game where they play with cards, and it's called Magic the Gathering. And you compete against each other. Actually. But the problem is these cards are like $160 a box.
Yes, they are.
So, it's expensive to be a geek nowadays.
So hold up, these cards though, these cards give you different abilities in the game and
they're
stuff.
Different characters and powers and stuff like that. And some are rare and some are this. But to buy a pack alone of 10 cards is like $8.
Yeah.
And they were all coming to play this. It's this tournament. They're like 23 of them coming to play this tournament where the winner gets a box, like one box. And it's like my precious, the holy grail they're getting. Well, they don't know it's going to be my first pop-up event. And I'm showing up with 20 boxes.
Everybody gets a box.
Everybody gets a box. It's like 17 packs. They get Stanley Cups. They get a bunch of stuff we're giving them. And they don't even know what's coming. So these people are just sitting there. And suddenly we roll out these things with these huge boxes. And these people, it was like Christmas. And I was only there like 10 minutes. It was like, here, take it. Enjoy it. I'm out.
Did you make them you make them do anything to get the box, or they all just got boxes? You didn't be like, hey, describe what a titty feels like. He don't know.
Oh wow, we can't say
that. He don't know. He don't get the box. He don't know. Describe what a nipple feels like. He don't get no box.
If you play in Magic the Gathering on a Friday night, of course you don't know.
Nah.
It is
on a Friday night, really?
On a Friday night.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it was my first pop-up event. I came up with this idea about a month ago, and I said, this is gonna be awesome. And it was. So I was pretty jazzed about that. And then Saturday, I featured for Jim Florentine from Crank Anchors.
Congrats on that
show. And I thought I was only doing a guest spot. I walked up, he goes, no, you're my feature. I was like, oh, cool.
And crazy. One time when I was featured for Jim Florentine, he was like, hey, Miguel, he's like, it's crazy. I gotta explain to people what Crank Anchors is. I said, damn, Jim, you gotta explain to people what a landline is nowadays. Like it's been a while, brother. I was like,
that's funny.
A pager.
Yeah.
Could you imagine telling a kid, hey, you got your pager?
Imagine trying to explain to a kid like crank calls. You like, all right, so you're gonna call somebody. They're gonna pick up?
I don't the caller ID. They don't have caller ID. I don't pick up.
Yeah.
I don't pick up.
We didn't have caller ID back then. There was nothing digital.
Not at all, brother. You just picked it up. You were happy to get a phone call back in the day.
Star 69 player. Star 69. When that came out, that dropped out. The Star 69. You're like, what is this? Like, oh yeah. We know now.
That's correct. Star 67. Remember that? We could hide.
Yeah.
I remember all that good stuff. Oh,
I mean, there's a lot of stuff, but it was downtown was weird. I don't know. They had like electric. I've never seen more white people downtown. They had one of like these electric light things, and I was looking around. I'm going, oh, so this is where everyone's been hiding.
Yeah,
it was.
They brought back the Marita bread sign as a display downtown. They brought the real Marita bread sign down, and they had it out there. And that,
Miguel,
for you guys listening,
just took me back,
bro. 3:00 in the morning.
Morning.
Hey, maybe you should be driving, maybe you shouldn't, but you'd pass by that Marita bread sign and smell that fresh baked bread and wake you up.
It was good.
It was a bump of sourdough.
You know? Oh my, I'm such a fat kid. I used to get a little happy. I get a little smile on my face when I go to work down there, man.
Yeah.
You can smell it cooking. And
where's the second eye while I was driving?
That's so funny, the second eye. Where's it displayed at?
It was downtown in the streets. They had a big festival, arts and stuff, and they had the Marita bread sign out there.
Damn,
all right, given a choice, going back to the bread or lights on at Krispy Kreme, your choice.
Oh yeah, Krispy Kreme.
Right.
What do you mean? Oh! When they used to Krispy Kreme used to do the fresh hot donuts late at night.
They still do it. They still do it, man. The light goes on, man. Jacob
the red
loses
light,
his
bro.
mind when I do that.
God bless, bro. Red light. Oh, by the way, Miguel, you had mentioned before we even started taping, man, something, and I saw you reminded me of something. You were in Myrtle Beach this past weekend. We'll talk about that just a second, man. Doing shows. Guess who was on the news, man? That buffet soul food restaurant that we go to.
Guys, did bring back
the news.
Me and James go to Soul Food Buffet in Myrtle Beach where we discussed that we're not sure if the staff knows they're free.
Yeah,
but we go there every time. Yeah. And so what were they on the news for?
Killing somebody.
Good things. They were just talking about the fact that place was it's a staple there. It's one of the places that all the locals go to, and they were just bigging it up. And I was like, babe, look, that's where me and Miguel go. I'm like, where do you guys go? I'm like, it's a soul food restaurant. It's a buffet. And she's like, you are so fat. I'm like, yes, I am. But but this
like she doesn't like. Have you ever not been fat? I mean, think about it.
No.
I mean, you spoiled. You know who
always. Oh yeah, always been this size, man. Come on, man. If I was skinny, people would be worried. Like, oh.
When I run into like people who got fat in their old age, I hit them with the Bane. I'm like, I was born in the fat. You nearly adopted it. I didn't know the insulin until I was a man.
We got the CPAP machine on.
Yeah. When this is over, I give you permission to fry.
And the thing about this restaurant, why I stay excited about it, Jeff, bro. They had a fry station set up so you could watch them fry the chicken fresh, bro. It had the 3-step process: the egg, I
don't trust chicken unless I can see it,
bro. And people waited there. Fresh out the grease. They was waiting. Like, no. We want the fresh. You're gonna wait for it, bro.
It like most underrated fried chicken. Go.
Underrated fried
chicken? Where people don't realize it's really good.
Gas station fried chicken.
Yeah, like crispy, crunchy fried chicken, man. Like the gas station one.
Gas station fried chicken.
I'm gonna say it because most people don't go. Lee's.
In Lee's fried chicken over there in Sanford?
Lee's fried chicken. Believe it or not, it's a chain, and there's like one in every state. It's so weird. I'm
just
like,
one.
How the hell do they get deliveries? Like
That's
there's
funny.
One in Washington State. I've only seen one in Florida, but every once in a while you see one in a weird neighborhood. You go, well, really?
That's like when you run into a Kenny Rogers roaster. You're like, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. I remember that. Oh my God.
Arthur Treacher's. Yeah.
What's Arthur Treacher's?
That's only.
Shut your mouth. Man,
I don't know what Arthur Treacher's is.
Fried shrimp, man.
I never heard of Arthur Treacher's.
I've heard of that. I've heard of that. It used to be back in the day with my grandma, because every grandma, when I was a kid, used to take their grandkids there. Morrison's Cafeteria.
Po
Folks. Yeah. Morrison's Cafeteria, Po Folks, all this stuff, bro. Yeah, they got rid of all the old stuff. They don't do that no more, man. Buffets are almost a thing of the past now. Like when I was
sneeze
growing
guards.
up,
people don't want to. People don't want to be around the COVID sneeze guards.
There was a Chinese buffet on every corner. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Hey, you want to see? Vegas shut them all down. Vegas, almost there are like a couple left, but they were done, man.
Hey, during COVID, I knew where the secret buffet was. Hey, the secret buffet. Hey, I come in there like a speakeasy. They're like, Mr. Cologne, good to see you. And I'm like, I'm like, these Negroes and this jazz music is phenomenal.
Miguel's in there doing the Charleston as he's trying to get a chicken wing.
65 cases of soy sauce straight from Nucky. You know,
bro, where was the secret buffet?
Whoa, chill out, dog. Chill out.
Okay, my bad.
I'm just gonna say this: it's by the airport.
You can't tell.
By the airport.
That's Fight Club for fat people.
They ran beads right at the door. So when you came in, they came, but it was still buffing and opening. I was like, "What is happening here?" And they were just like, they were giving you plastic gloves to put on. They were like, "No raw dogging the buffet." You know, and I got my gloves. But I was like, get out of here. This is still going. They had a mahjong table. I bought a mogwai from them.
Yeah, mogwai.
Yeah. But the secret buffet.
Hey, if for some reason in the corner, omelet station.
And I knew when I saw that omelet station, I said, next time I come here, I'm coming strapped.
I'm not coming. I feel naked right now. All right, guys, on that note, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more hilarity on Real Laughs, Real Radio 104.1. Everybody, you are still listening to Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. I'm your host, Mr. James, DEI Hire Yon. That's right. We're here to make you guys laugh and have a good time tonight. Nightcap of comedy. Want to remind y'all real quick, if y'all not following us on social media, you need to do that. Go to Instagram and Facebook, look up Real Laughs, and please, please, please follow us. And go to YouTube, subscribe, like, comment, and share all this hilarity so we can keep it going for another 9 years. I'm in virtual studio with Ken Miller, the Godfather of Orlando Comedy, Jeff the Batman Kaufman, and Miguel Colon Jr. Guys, real quick, man. Y'all remember back in the day when we was younger and we was broke as hell? Y'all remember that? Like we like ramen was a real thing, peanut butter and jelly.
The big sandwich from Albertsons.
The big sandwich from Albertsons.
They had a $5 sandwich that you could hack off for basically 2 weeks, but you couldn't put any condiments on it because it would get soggy.
Damn, that's a hack right there.
Yeah.
I used to just go buy the 99-cent fresh bread and eat that for a whole day. Y'all remember that? Like the bakery in any like any kind of grocery store would make that big long loaf. You could get it for 99 cents.
I just found out, Jimmy John's is beneath my job downtown.
Yeah.
Jimmy John's is beneath you, son.
That too.
Wow.
That too.
Okay. All right.
So
Aggressive.
I went and got a lettuce wrap. And a homeless dude came in, like, do y'all still sell the day-old bread? And they sell day-old bread for like 50 cents.
Really?
So like homeless people
bread.
come in there. Yeah, homeless people come in there and buy like a 12-inch of bread and for 50 cents. And I was in there like, y'all do that? Then she's like, we sell day-old bread.
I'm gonna buy it all off and post up. And they're like, you got any day-old bread? They're like, nah, he bought it all. I'm like, 75 cents, player. And then they like, hey, there's only half a loaf of bread and there's some flour on it. Yeah, stretched it out. You know?
This bread been stepped on.
Yeah. I'm out my bread corner. Hey, yo, get him two. Get him two. Yeah, yo, what's up, man? Trying to get some of that bread, player? Nah, get the money to him. Get the money.
I don't know if y'all realize this, but Jimmy John day-old bread is the equivalent to Publix fresh bread. Ooh. Like it's gonna be the equivalent of that.
Publix got soft bread now.
Yeah, I heard
Publix.
Devin tagged me in it. I was like, I don't
Miguel
believe
in
it.
What ass backwards company in the year 2025 is like now with soft bread?
Because they charge you an extra $2. That's how come.
Oh,
they upselling the soft bread.
Yeah. Imagine going somewhere where like now the soup is hot.
Yes.
We listen to our customers. Y'all were all like, hey man, can I get ice in my soda instead of having it at 89 degrees? And now we're like, come out to Jimmy's. Soda's now refreshing.
Yeah. You know? You're right. You're absolutely right. Damn.
You open up that can of soda that's hot. For some reason, you have to drink it. For some reason, you're in a situation where you're thirsty, and you got to drink that soupy soda. And you like, hey, when Coca-Cola reaches 98 degrees, the chemical change and it causes other stuff to happen. It doesn't have that refreshing. Yeah. It just goes down now and burns and hurts.
There's only one soda I like warm, and it's for a reason. It's when I get sick in my stomach.
Ginger ale?
Ginger ale. A warm ginger ale. Yeah, man. I can take it then. But a Coke hot is disgusting.
Any soda hot, yeah. It's funny, Miguel. I had been on and off doing a joke about Hot Pockets. Because it's like made with real cheese. Well, what was the cheese before?
Right.
What was in this thing? What was in this Hot Pocket before?
Bro? Well, now
it's 65% more cheese with a C.
Have you seen them when they do the specials
like crab
on how
with
they
a K?
how they make the artificial crab? And they run it through this machine. It's a paste, and then they put a red line. They paint a red line on it.
That is bad.
Our dumbasses. This is good.
This is good.
Crab with a K. My favorite part is no matter what you put it, it stays warm. In the freezer, warm. In the oven,
it don't freeze.
Just warm.
Man. That's Hawaiian punch. I ain't never had a cold Hawaiian punch in my life.
Bro, it doesn't get cold. It doesn't get. You put the ice in it, and then the ice boils. It's like,
Ken, you just blew my mind,
dude. I've never had a cold Hawaiian punch in my life.
It never gets
Minute
cold.
Maid fruit punch tastes different, whatever vehicle it's served in. If it's in a can, it tastes different than if it's in a plastic bottle.
That's true.
Than if it's
in the carton.
They're not the same. You're right about that.
Minute Maid. We taste tested this one time. I had our boy Jay, who does all the sales and stuff. I had one time we were at the store. I was like, hey, I'm getting all of these. and we poured them, and we just kept looking at each other like, that's different. That's different.
It is. You're right about that, man.
You get it in an envelope, it's just like a manila envelope. Yeah, Hawaiian Punch, they like it needs to taste like it's in Hawaii.
Content. It's harder to cool when you have a lot of sugar in it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do y'all remember that weird Hawaiian Punch that came out? No, Hasi had it. The Ecto drink. Y'all remember the
Cooler?
Yeah, y'all remember that?
Man. Yeah, the green one.
It made my insides glow once. Like, I don't think that we were supposed to.
It gave me erectile dysfunction and a hard on. Up and down, bro, like a roller coaster. I was like, it's happening again. It's happening again.
Hey, not me, bro. It gave me sickle cell. Like, how the hell?
That's all Mobb Deep was drinking. That's all Mobb Deep was drinking.
I was like, how did I? What?
Speaking of Mobb Deep, man, I got to tell y'all something that hurt my heart, man. As a '90s hip hop kid, I'm gonna tell y'all something that we got to experience as a group, as Real Labs. It was me, it was Miguel, it was Ken, and it was Mr. Jeff Kaufman. Jeff was kind enough to take us to see a Wu-Tang concert, something that me and Ken and Miguel love, man. Wu-Tang is a big deal for us growing up. Well, I just saw an announcement that Wu-Tang made. They're doing their very last tour. This is it. Wu-Tang, after 33 years, they are.
And Jeff,
done.
I'd like to get a lawsuit because in 1996 I was told it was going to be forever.
Yeah.
And now it's the people versus the Wu-Tang Clan. Mr. Kaufman, read his opening statement. What does forever mean to you all?
Jeff Kaufman going there
in perpetuity.
His opening statements. I sue atomically.
Yeah.
Can you see who the hell Miguel Colon?
Yeah. Hey,
Miguel Colon versus the Wu-Tang Clan.
Hey, but yeah, Wu-Tang, like Wu-Tang forever or 35 years.
Give or
take.
But I get it. They are not young men anymore. Like, I totally
I want you to know how that ends real quick. I got rent to pay. Damn, we got to get on the road again.
True.
You know the way that works. They always get it's a money grab. Elton John been on his final tour for 25 years.
The Rolling Stones they're not even made of the same materials they originally were made of. It's like they all got different hips and leg bones.
Tour has been brought to you by Rubbermaid. Yeah, pretty much. Different now, man. Damn it. Yeah, so Wu-Tang says that's it after 33 years. So I want to tell y'all that because I know we all went to the concert, had a great
room
time.
Temperature Hawaiian Punch. What about Hawaiian Punch? Now we got it to 75 degrees. That's your new pitch.
75. A cool 75 too, bro.
I want RFK to look into that. Hey, why does Hawaiian Punch stay at 60? Why is the coldest Hawaiian Punch ever been 88 degrees? Hawaiian Punch is the same temperature as your grandmother's living room. You know, if you come in there and you like, ooh.
Damn. Or my living room.
Yeah.
Damn. Why she kept it hot like that, y'all?
Hey, man. Y'all gotta give me trouble.
Oh, yeah, she right there. Don't say nothing, Ken. Don't say nothing.
Actually, I find sweating my junk off relaxing.
Yes.
Nothing more fun than watching Matlock at 7:30 with a trickle of sweat running down my giblets.
When people tell you, they go, "What's the temperature of your house?" You go, "About 70." They go, "Oh my God, ours is 78." I'm going, where do you live,
bro?
Where do you live? And they go
here.
here, and then you know what they do? They go, "It's cool because my husband drilled a hole in the wall to the neighbors, so air comes through there."
This hole, this one little hole.
You got a glory hole of AC?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, you ever to get in that air and that thing come through?
Yeah. Give him some ecto cooler so it'll go down.
He just sit there like this with it on your forehead, like
look at this. Wiping your head with it because it's so cold, it's so hot.
Dog, I told you, man, me and comedian Steve White's story is when he told me he keep his AC on 78, and I said, bro, that's the heat. Yeah. And every day he sends me a picture of his AC on 78. I'm talking about I got my heat on.
Oh my God, bro. Why?
When we got an electric bill, they go, "What's the bill?" 1.
Yeah.
They owed me $8.
They do.
You know,
if me and Miguel go on the road together and we got to share a room, I don't even trip. I normally hate sharing a room with people. I know exactly what the AC is going to be on if I got a room with Miguel.
The lowest setting possible.
Possible. And then we're going to be
I sit
mad
there
it
with
only
a
goes to
soldering
60.
iron
Yes.
and those little glasses with glasses. I'm like, I can fix this. The hotel ain't letting us go past 74, but James, I got a bypass.
Bro.
I brought my get the battery out the car. We're going to hook it straight up.
I'm disrespectful to the thermostat when I'm on the road in a hotel room. I don't give a damn. I keep it. You know how you can push the little button that says fan on?
Yeah.
It won't not on.
Non-stop.
Non-stop.
I'm
man.
like, the Paris Accord was gay. Let's pump this AC. I don't care
we
about
don't
the
need
environment.
a mini fridge. I just turn the air up.
I'm gonna leave a carbon footprint big enough to bury a Lorax in. You
Damn.
know, I'm not worried.
AC,
I leave the AC on when I'm not
on low and the Hawaiian punch still hot.
Yeah. Steaming. Hawaiian punch. If you poured Hawaiian punch and a glass of pee in the same jar, the glass of pee is a little cooler.
That's true. That's true. That's funny. That's funny as hell. I wanted to ask you a question, Mr. Jeff Kaufman, because you got to open for Jim Florentine, was really cool. But you also got to talk to one of my local heroes, by the way, a comedian that I think we've all worked with at one point, Mr. Billy Gardell from Mike and Molly fame.
Yeah.
Very nice, cool. Man. And what I bring
nice
it up
to see somebody succeed like that when they and like one of the questions I always ask is I said, when somebody comes up to you and they say, "Wow, you so lucky," and you want to say, yeah, 30 years I was on the road, and you think I got lucky because I got something when I was 50.
Yeah,
I mean, people don't realize that means like somebody like Miguel would get a sitcom like next week and go, "Man, you lucky." Because man, you know how many cold refrigerators I've been drinking hot Hawaiian punch for 40 years.
You know how many bowling alleys we did doing comedy?
Because I don't think a lot of comedians they don't know about what you did. They just see now. Yeah. Because when Kevin Hart blew up, he was 18, 19 years in, and people forget about that first 18 years. Like they really truly forget about what a comic was going through his first 20. Because in reality, and y'all know this following stand-up, most comics don't make it to 18 to 20 years.
No.
Now in this new age, a lot of these young kids making it after 5 years because of social media, but they burn out because they ain't got no material.
They got none.
Most headliners that are still in the game right now, movies that's Kevin Hart's, the Martins, the Mike Epps, Cedric, Steve, all them dudes, Billy Gardell, all them dudes were 20 years in the game and got 20 years of experience of stand-up comedy. And I think a lot of the young comedians don't see that, man. They think, oh man, Kevin Hart just know that dude been grinding, getting chicken wings thrown to him at the strip club for years.
Correct.
Years, bro.
It's like OnlyFans girls. I'm like, she was giving HJs to do way before it was famous. Mm-hmm. She was doing that for free. Now she's earned it.
Look at her. Look at her. Look at the calluses on you. Show them the calluses.
Let me see them feet, girl. Ooh, you lost a toe? That neuropathy, sexy.
What'd you dip it in? Hawaiian punch. Ooh, you don't do that. You don't do that.
Don't do that.
You can't feel none of this, can you?
Hey, any of you kids out there under 18 listening, you want to get rid of that acne? Pour that Hawaiian punch on your face.
Take your whole face off.
It take all
right
your
on your face off.
Man.
Hey, if you have a problem with
you'll look like RoboCop, but the bump's gone.
You know how you can pour Coca-Cola on your battery cables to clean them?
Yep.
You can pour Hawaiian punch right into your battery cables to start the car.
That's
you know? And if you get some Sprite from McDonald's, you can charge your phone with it.
Bro, that's Sprite different than McDonald's.
If you need a coolant, go ahead and pour that Hawaiian punch in your transmission. You be good.
All right, guys.
A little Hawaiian punch in case I get a wound.
Bro.
Medic.
Yeah, medic.
I call for Jeff. Cough, man.
Hey, Jeff dips his finger in the Hawaiian punch and writes 2 cups on my forehead. I'm disrespectful. Somebody write with your blood. 2. But you're right. Why look like a D? Why look like a
funny. All right, guys. On that note, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more hilarity on Real Last, Real Radio 104.1. Back, everybody, and you are still listening to Real Last right here on Real Radio 104.1. I'm your host, Mr. James DEI Hire Yan, in virtual studio with my good friends Miguel Colon Jr., Jeff Kaufman, and Ken Miller, aka 8 Hours in a Holding Cell. If you know, you know. Miguel, real quick, I want to give people an opportunity to hear about our brand new sponsor and what they have to offer.
That's the ganjagarden.co. You can go to the ganjagarden.co for any of your THC needs. Remember, they offer delivery, they offer counseling. I'm going to make stuff up too. You could trade toasters and stuff. You could come in there straight up, man. Hey, remember, everything I'm about to say from this point on is a lie. You go to ganjagarden.co and be like, hey, man, I got this Dreamcast. And they're like, well, guess what, player? Here's a nug. You know,
a Dreamcast.
No. Here's a nug.
No, but you can go to the ganjagarden.co to get all your THC needs. The best thing about it is they do offer delivery. This is an entire legal operation, so you have to be legally qualified as well. But you don't have to go anymore and go to all these shops and drive all the way out there and pick it up. Now you can call the ganjagarden.co, go to their site, get their phone number. You can call them. You can get low price, great quality THC products, including flower, resin, everything at the ganjagarden.co, and they will deliver and bring it to you. And tell them Real Last sent you. And then on the way, tell them see if they can swing by and pick up some zebra cakes or something too, because you need it.
Yeah, you ever realize when Miguel talks about it, it sounds like he went to MIT. Anytime he talks about weed, it's like 4,000 different descriptions, and he's got the stuff down. Well, one is
he's well versed.
Issue.
Yeah, because what I hope is
the chemist we should call him.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, guys, I can tell you, I can get nerdy on you. I can tell you why the Ganja Garden's got the best THC products available. I get all scientific, but I'm gonna hit you like an Everest commercial. Hey man, what you doing? Sitting on the couch, not smoking ganja. Man, that's what you're gonna keep doing? Go to the ganjagarden.co. That Everest commercial was I was like, hey dude, what are you doing, player? You going to school you go to community college at night? What are you learning? Mm-hmm. What are you learning? I know they got an electrical program at night.
And wasn't he like in Maitland somewhere? I thought.
Yeah, he was at a mall.
What he did that bridge by Applebee's in Maitland?
Wow.
He was stealing copper from the eyesore on I-4, and he tried to distract us. Like we came up with a flashlight. We're like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "What are you doing? Not going to school? Your parents proud of you? Hold this copper. Your parents think put it in the trunk. You know."
My God, bro.
Hey, I always thought that was a Florida commercial, but you know that commercial, there was it was in other states. There was Everest colleges in other states and stuff.
Are you for real?
I didn't know that. I always thought that was just Florida.
Yeah, I thought that was definitely.
But they weren't online. You had to call a 976 number to get classes.
Yeah, 976 read good. You
know? All them degrees bad. You gotta take that off your resume. If you got an Everest degree, go on, take it off. Your bachelor's degree is an associate's now. You gotta drop down a degree. If you got an associate's, it's a diploma. And if you got a diploma from there, it's a GED.
Yeah, if you got a bachelor from the Everest college, you can only be commissioned in the Boy Scouts. Like, you can't come through. You like, hey man, I want to be a commissioned officer. All right, where'd you go to school? Everest. Oh, you're gonna be a warrant officer in the Eagle Scouts. That's the best I could do.
Dang. Oh, speaking of Boy Scouts, they just can't. You guys see the news on them?
Change the name.
They changed the name. It's not.
They got to get more kids in. They would like the Girl Scouts and the Boy Scouts. They had to come together. So they're like, hey, we just the Scouts.
The Girl Scouts got cookies, man. What are the
Girl Scouts are better than the Boy Scouts. The Girl Scouts
because they got better product. It's like a drug dealer. They got better product. What did the Boy Scouts sell?
And it seems the kids are saying.
What did the Boy Scouts sell?
Popcorn.
And booty to the
you mean like at the movie theater or something?
Wow. No, for real. They sell popcorn. If you go to Publix, they outside selling $30
That's why they
popcorn, bro.
Popcorn. That's an afterthought food.
Yeah.
Like the Girl Scouts have a solid product. Like you wait for it, you know it. It's consistent. It's good. Now the Boy Scouts have a solid program. Like, hey, the Boy Scouts, they need to have a better product to sell. Because program-wise, they do a lot of cool stuff, man. Boy Scouts go out there and learn a bunch of cool stuff. It's good stuff for them boys. But product that they're selling I've never seen the Boy Scouts selling anything.
Me either.
I've
never seen them. Yeah.
But if they did try to hit me up with, hey man, you trying to buy a bag of popcorn for $30? I'm like, you about to get your boxing badge right now, kiddo. Don't talk to me like that. Don't talk to me like that.
I mean, the Girl Scouts are like Breaking Bad. That's some serious meth they selling.
You know, hey, the Girl Scouts call me like a stockbroker in the 90s. They're like, hey, Miguel, what's going on? Listen, I got about 50 Samoas over here. And, you know, if you want to put some money in it, I might be able to get you some Thin Mints, too. I'm like, yeah. Go ahead, put me down for 10 cases of those Samoas and 2 of those Thin Mints. Like, I can put you down for 10, but tomorrow I'm going to be out. You want to just go get 20 now? I'm like, okay, yeah, put me down for 20. And the Boy Scouts are like, hey, sir, you want to buy some popcorn? I'm like, jab.
You know? Hey, I get it. I feel bad because they're always outside of public. I'm like, man, I get you when I'm coming out the store. Man, I ain't never ran past the kids so fast. Never got it.
I've never been so happy to see a homeless person asking for change. I'm like, hey, I gotta take care of him.
Sorry. Walking out the back like he's bad produce.
Yeah.
Hey, but I go out the back door Publix.
That's funny.
Boy Scouts waiting over there by your car.
That's funny. That's funny.
Hey, you know what else we sell, Mr. Miller? We sell popcorn. We also sell headlights. You probably need one. You know?
But I always stop for the little girls, man. Always stop for the little girls.
Always. You know.
True.
Always. But yeah,
because their mom's sitting right next to them, giving you the look.
That's crazy. Y'all didn't know that. Yeah, they sell popcorn, bro.
I know that.
Outside of Publix, man.
I never seen it.
How old is that popcorn if they're selling it outside of a Publix? It wasn't popped this century.
That's funny.
Yeah,
the cup of Kool-Aid and the popcorn right there, man.
Hey, Ryan Holmes, you need to go out there and post up right in front of them. Every time they're selling bags of that old-ass popcorn, Ryan Holmes just whipping up some fresh kettle corn.
Oh, that would be dope.
He's got a sign, too, and they're like, yeah, $20 for a bag of popcorn. Ryan Holmes is just like, whatever you want to pay. Whatever you want to pay, guys.
Donation only.
Girl Scouts are funding him. Yeah, their Girl Scouts are funding him. They're like, yo, Holmes, post up outside that Publix. I don't care if they move. You just tell them they move. That's
there you go.
Publix.
There you go.
I mean, now we got cookies.
My favorite. We got a couple of minutes left, and before we go, I wanted to ask you a question, Jeff, because you are our expert when it comes to personal injury law, my friend. I found some interesting cases that I wanted to ask you about, and I want to see if you can predict what actually happened. And that you guys probably know this court case because it was pretty big, and it did happen right here in Florida, personal injury case. There was a woman in 2000 who sued Universal Studios. Do you remember this, Jeff?
I sued Universal. I have a lot of people who've sued Universal Studios.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's half my caseload. No, I'm kidding.
Nah, bro. I was like, dang, for real? No, she sued them because of Halloween Horror Nights. You heard this case?
Yep. I sued because of Halloween Horrors too.
Okay. Damn. Okay.
I sued too because I thought it was called Halloween Horrors Night. And then I got there and I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go to the Mummy ride at night, I guess, but this is not what I came here for. I drank an Ecto Cooler before I got there too. I was fired up. That thing was up and down like Wall Street.
Here's what happened with this lady. She went to Halloween Horror Nights and she said she was too scared. Here's what happened. She was walking, lost her footing, fell down, didn't hurt herself, but while she was like one knee on the ground, they didn't stop and ask her, was she okay? They kept scaring her. And she said she became so terrified between her slipping, her being on one knee, and the scary leather face guy. Kept going with the chainsaw. She went through emotional distress and she wanted to sue for personal injury. So she sued Universal
for emotional
Studios.
Damages. That's what she probably went after.
Emotional damages.
Now, here's the deal. The law does not normally protect overly sensitive people. That's just the way that plays out. You know, they can't say you took the risk by coming in there. You knew it's called Halloween Horrors. It isn't called, you know, Mickey's Not So Scary.
Man.
Oh my God.
Let me think. How was I supposed to know? It's in the name.
Yeah. And there, I found this out researching this case. When you sign up and buy a ticket, it's in the actual fine print.
Oh, you try to read that on the back of that ticket.
Exactly right.
In fact, Ken found out it was okay to get sickle cell from there.
Ken, you got sickle cell for Horror Nights?
Man, for real. And I ain't never even been.
From the bull plops they used to have.
Hey, that mosquito from Jurassic Park just came out.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. I'm still laughing at this dude talking about some up and down like Wall Street. How you hit a whole lyric and ain't nobody saying that?
Thank you, Ken. There was layers to that one.
He hit a hole up and down like his Wall Street home. That's one of my favorite Jay-Z songs.
Worse than the Dow Jones. He blames the Dow blown.
So funny, man. So, Jeff, what you're saying, they don't cover you being sensitive. You knew what you're getting into.
Does not normally protect overly sensitive people.
So you got to kick rocks.
Now, Jeff, so she comes to you with that. I'm assuming because what you're saying now, you wouldn't take the case, but there's a lawyer out there that took it, right?
Listen, there's always somebody who needs it bad enough. And it's not people say, well, I take care of a lot of people. You know, we really do care for a lot of people. We take cases, a lot of people don't. But you can't. The problem is when you take some of these very terrible, like something like that, and I don't tell her to begin with, hey, listen, this is a terrible case. You know, our odds of succeeding aren't great, but we're going to work hard for you. The other lawyer is going to say, oh, this is a winner. We're going to crush this. And then later he goes, well, take the 10,000.
Got it.
You know, there are some cases, from the beginning that this is bad, but as long as you let the client know, listen, we're going to do our best. You were hurt. You know, I think I can do something.
There's a lawyer on the phone. Yeah. Right when she walks in the office, Ricky, I swear to Christ, I'll come up with the 800. I swear to Christ, Ricky, I need my knees. And there's a woman in here that says Universal scared her. Bring her in, honey. 800 cash down, cash right now. We're gonna beat this. We're gonna sue Universal. We're gonna sue Harry Potter himself.
Yes.
We are gonna sue every vampire in existence. Do you have 800 cash right now? Ricky, stay on the phone. Stay on the phone. Don't go to my daughter's school. Don't go to my daughter's school, Ricky. Oh, God, every month. Every month. But that's what you get when you bet against you bet against Air Bud.
That fool said Air Bud. God damn.
Dude, you know how many people I've talked to who have gambling problems and they bet on everything.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go, what happened? I just lost 10,000. What'd you bet on? Women's soccer. What?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. What do you know about women's soccer? I don't know. I
bet it was going to get canceled and it didn't. Yeah.
It was sponsored by Kool-Aid, so I went with it.
It's like, what'd you bet on? I bet against the Little Giants. I know that their title was the movie.
Yeah.
But they were so small. But then they ran the goddamn annexation of Puerto Rico. Now here I am.
You remember?
I owe $15,000 to the Albanian mafia.
Oh, that's so funny.
Hear me out. Hear me out. This Air Bud's due for a loss, guys. He can't even carry. He can't even ice skate. How's he going to play hockey? Nico, I need to put a 15K marker against Air Bud. Yeah, hold on real quick. Yeah, honey, we're going to sue the hell out of him. Just sign the paper.
Hey guys, we got about a minute and a half left. I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. Everybody who's out there listening, don't forget to follow us on all our social media. Real quick, gentlemen, what are you guys going to be up to this weekend? Where can people come?
This weekend, you guys can catch me and Mike Busey, and we are going to be at the Florida Man Games over near St. Augustine. We are commentating, hosting the events. We're coming out there. We're hosting the live stream as well and the live broadcast. And it's going to be wild. It's about 8,000 attendees. There are, I think, 9 teams from all over the state representing different counties. And each event is based on a Florida headline, like a man throws alligator through Wendy's. So there's the alligator toss where you have to come up through a drive-through and toss as many alligators in to score points. That's very classy stuff, guys. We're going to be hosting it.
Definitely check that out. Mr. Kaufman, tell everybody what you got going on, sir, every week. Listen, we got Under Oath. We just relaunched that today, actually Monday. So that's kind of cool. We got the new show going. It's a lot of fun. We got a lot of great guests. I mean, I can't believe who we've pulled this year. I mean, we've already have 8 in the slot, from Newt Gingrich to Margaret Cho. I mean, everybody. It's just so much fun. Nice, man. Nice. And Mr. Ken Miller, where are you going to be this weekend, sir?
All right, Friday night, I will be starting my night off at not that one yet.
Okay, sorry.
Friday night, I'm gonna be starting my night off at the Funny Bone side stage with Carl Remy, and then I'm gonna swing over to Charlie Bowie. Shout out to our boy Charlie Bowie. He owns a bar out by UCF, and so
I didn't know that.
It's a Don't Tell. He's had it for a couple of years, man. So I'm a double dip. But this Saturday, March 1st, 7 p.m. Me and Chris Alexander will be at Christy B's Comedy Club in Palm Coast. That is 160 Cypress Point Parkway, 110 Palm Coast, Florida. You can get your tickets at you can by calling 386-297-2131. This Saturday, Christy B's Comedy Club, March 1st, 7 p.m. If you're in that area, come check the kid out.
Very nice, man. That's gonna be dope, man. You guys want to catch me? This is happening on February 28th, this Friday. I'm gonna be at Champions Gate with my man Chris Alexander, who's on the show yesterday. Shout out to him, friend of the show. Absar Siddiqui as well. That show is gonna be over there at Champions Gate. If you don't know how to get there, just head westbound on I-4, and when all the traffic comes to a stop, get off.
You'll get there in May. You'll get there in May.
That's how it works, people. Hey. Thank you guys so much for listening to us tonight. On behalf of myself, James John, Ken Miller, Miguel Colon Jr., and our official sponsor representing Kaufman and Lynn Personal Injury Attorneys, Mr. Jeff the Batman Kaufman. Thank y'all for listening. We'll see you tomorrow. Ken, tell them what to do.
Take your ass to bed. Hey, yo, send us some of that Ecto Cooler, B.
We out.